So I'm a little late to the party. I had to take another quick trip out to LA for like 25 hours or so to meet up with some people for Summer Game Fest. More details on that here soon on the channel, but in the process, I ended up missing a bit of the coverage for Season 1 of XDefiant. So today, ahead of tomorrow's update, I wanted to fill you guys in if you hadn't heard about Season 1, because honestly, I'm looking forward to the content refresh and some of the plans for the game ahead. So as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. What do you think of the new Season 1 update upcoming? Looking forward to it? Anything in particular that strikes your fancy or that you're hoping to see? Whatever the case, let me know. But if you enjoy the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all things XDefiant, Black Ops 6, and more FPS content here in the future. I'd love to have you, especially if you're part of that 64% of viewers not subscribed. Love to have you in the community. But for now, let's get into it. So first things first, if you haven't seen the trailer for Season 1, let's take a look.
Watch me detonate. Watch me detonate.
So your big ticket items first. Obviously a new faction. We have the GSK, which is based on GSG9 from Siege. I did find it interesting though that Mark Rubin clarified that GSG9 doesn't allow anyone to use their name anymore. And for that one, I think that I can agree. I wouldn't argue with them on that one, but makes me wonder if it's like a grandfathered in situation with Siege that they can still use that name. But anyways, different trivial story for a different day. You see primarily the use of the shield, but we'll touch on a bit more of the faction's potential here upcoming. But I'm curious to see how this will play in the sort of overall balance of all the other factions as well. You have the new maps of Clubhouse, Daytona, and Rockefeller. Rockefeller looks to be crazy chaotic. That was the one that stood out to me the most. It seems almost similar in size to Arena, but with less obstruction in the middle, like a more open version of Arena almost, it looks like to me. One thing to remember though with these maps is that we are going to have a 90-day season here with us, 3 months for XDefiant in Season 1. That means we're going to get a new map every month, 1 per month, 3 for the season. You're not going to see all 3 of these drop all at once. You'll also see the new weapons of the LVOAC, the sawed-off shotgun, and the L115. All look to be solid additions that I'm looking forward to jumping in and playing with. Although another shotgun based off how the other ones work, I don't know that I'm ready to grind that one out just yet for my mental sanity, but again, different story for a different day. You have the new mode of CTF coming, which is of course just the classic, exactly what it sounds like. Not much more to explaining it. You have to capture the other team's flag from their base, return it to yours, and then you end up getting a score here at that. And then also we learned that ranked is fully launching with new ranks upwards of top 500, and those badges honestly look pretty cool the higher you go. Now, that's the stuff that, again, you can decipher from like a minute and 20-second trailer or whatever it is, but there's also some things you may have missed here with this. The one thing that I find rather interesting in terms of the probably deliberate nature of it is the mention of the GSK's Watch Me Detonate. I can't be the only one that thinks that this is a tease for the One Life mode called Bomb, which is the sort of search and destroy variants here that we'll see. It seems like it's confirmed for Season 1, but not also explicitly, just kind of hinted. Mark Rubin ended up mentioning over on Twitter, so I'm hyped for what's to come in Season 1, but I wanted to share a change we made to our plans for modes. Our One Life mode called Bomb was scheduled for a later season, but due to the number of fans who want to see this mode sooner, the team is working on getting it out ASAP. So ASAP is probably within the next 90 days here at this, so it would make sense, but again, it almost seems deliberate to have them say, watch me detonate, right? And I'm pretty sure that there's just the continual sort of trend and mention of detonate even in the song, if I was hearing it properly, but by all indications, I'm thinking Season 1 is a good indication here for this, but who knows? Another game mode that may have been snuck in there as a little teaser was a game mode that we don't quite have an icon for. You ended up seeing that there were some icons for CTF in this trailer, but there was another one on top of zone control, but for this one, the game mode icon is a skull with a simple score counter increasing with kills. Dare I say TDM is also confirmed for Season 1. Like, that would make a ton of sense. Obviously, you want to introduce that early into the game's life cycle. You don't want to wait until like 6 to 9 months down the road, but it does seem like this is confirmed as well, with, again, playable footage here for this. Now, talking back again a little bit on the GSK here at this, based off the gameplay, we did actually get to see a little bit of what seemingly is all of the abilities here for this. You see that the Razor Wire is going to be an activated ability. I'll be curious to see if this does damage like it does in Siege, damaging a player looking to cross any area. So you don't completely shut down a lane, like it's not an instant death thing, but it also is a big deterrent that could be a big help in progression modes like Escort. You also see another active ability is Jaeger's ADS system, which is essentially a trophy system, blocking incoming grenades and can be placed on different surfaces. It looked like there's a new C4 style device at one point as well, and it looks like the ultimate is going to be a more aggressive or offensive focus of the Phantom's Blitz Shield. Another riot shield here with this, but it also allows you to have a pistol sidearm, similar if not faster movement, and the ability to also flash and blind your enemies in front of you with that shield. So you're still going to have those same weak points of your feet and everything with exposure, but seemingly a more offensive take on the riot shield here at this. Now, the passive, nothing has been mentioned or indicated. That's not something you end up seeing just in gameplay because there's no HUD icons for that. But according to prior data mines, and this could be outdated or changed, it was previously indicated that it would reduce headshot modifiers, which for the GSG9, or rather, sorry, GSK, that does check out since they're heavily armored characters. So it would be a weird one, but also we end up seeing that Phantoms end up having 120 HP base as opposed to 100. So it wouldn't be the first like damage or health altering thing that we see in XDefiant. But I'd be curious to see if that like introduces one extra shot to kill with a headshot in the mix, but we'll have to wait and see. We also saw that there are new weapon inspects and a new camo. In the practice area, there's a short clip of inspecting the ACR, and I'm all here for that. I know that it's not much a feature that really anyone needs per se, but I've always thought when you're like prioritizing skins or have a heavy emphasis on earning things that you want to show off on your guns, not having a weapon inspect is kind of a bit odd. And a more niche reason as well, as a content creator, weapon inspects do wonders for thumbnail images. So that's a huge help, I think, personally speaking, but also may mean nothing to you personally. In the same sequence, though, there's a new mastery camo on that ACR, even denoted as such. Now, it looks chromatic in a sense, but also it has a bluish purple tint, so it could appear that it could be something that's different than just like a chrome or something, but we'll have to wait and see if this turns out to be a level-centric mastery or something else. I mean, it was just mentioned by Mark Rubin that there's no system in place immediately upcoming that will be the sort of mastery for completing like all weapons gold in the assault rifle category. You end up getting an extra camo on top of that, like you'd see in COD or something like that. But it's also something that they're going to be upgrading the whole system, he said, so it's maybe possible in the future. To date, we know of 3 additional mastery camos that were leaked: Pristine, Platinum, and Aura. Without too much a clear head-on look at the clip and the weapon camo, we can't really determine which one that is for sure, but new camos coming with Season 1, and I'm always here for that. Then finally, the last things are, of course, well, you can get a few free in-game skins. The Eruption weapon skins just by logging on for the next day here into XDefiant. So highly recommend checking those out. I think they look pretty good as just some basic camos and skins for the weapons. So jump on, get those before it's a little too late. But anyways, the full reveal here is going to be in the next X debrief, which is currently scheduled for July 1st, the day before the launch of Season 1. So we'll get a full breakdown of everything coming at that point. But for right now, that's a first look at Season 1 here upcoming for XDefiant, and honestly looking forward to it. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of Season 1 and the content coming? Do you guys like it, dislike it? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it out all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so don't miss a single thing regarding all things XDefiant, Black Ops 6, and more FPS content. I'd love to have you in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.